Dads, what's a secret about your kid that you're taking to the grave? I have two sons, Marcus and Eli. And what I found in my youngest son's bedroom 3 years ago changed everything. But I've never told anyone. Not my wife, not my best friend, no one. Until right now. Marcus was the kid every parent brags about. Track star, honor roll. Our fridge ran out of room for his certificates. He had a trophy from regionals sitting on the living room shelf, and he polished it every Sunday like it was made of gold. Eli was different. Not bad, just quieter. The kind of kid who draws on his homework instead of doing it. Parent-teacher conferences for Marcus were celebrations. For Eli, they were conversations. I never thought much about it. Figured that's just how it was. I was wrong. I came home early on a Tuesday. Nobody was supposed to be there for another hour. House was dead quiet. I went upstairs. Eli's door was cracked open. I almost called out to him, but something told me to stop. I don't know why, but I stopped. Through the crack, I could see him sitting on the floor, cross-legged, holding Marcus's trophy, the one from the living room shelf. He wasn't playing with it. He was just staring at it, and he was crying. Not loud. Not the kind of crying where a kid wants you to hear. The quiet kind. The kind that means he's been doing it for a while and has nothing left. Then he put the trophy in his backpack, zipped it up, slid it under his bed, wiped his face with his sleeve, and walked downstairs like nothing happened. I stood in that hallway and I did not move. That night, Marcus noticed the trophy was gone, tore the house apart, accused Eli. Eli looked him dead in the eyes and said, "I didn't touch it." My wife told Marcus to stop blaming his brother. I sat at that dinner table and said absolutely nothing. 1 week later, Eli's at school. I go into his room. I find the trophy in the backpack, but underneath it there's something else. A notebook, black cover, worn out like he'd been carrying it everywhere. I almost didn't open it. First page, his handwriting, messy, barely legible. One sentence. I wish I was good at something. I turned the page, same sentence. Turned again, same. Page after page after page. I counted them, 63 times. Some of the pages were warped, wrinkled. I thought maybe he'd spilled water on them. Then I realized those weren't water stains. My 9-year-old had been sitting somewhere alone, writing that sentence over and over, crying while he did it. I closed the notebook, and I just sat there on his bed. I don't know for how long. And here's the part I've never said out loud. I thought I was a good father. I thought I was paying attention. But sitting in that room, holding that notebook, I realized I'd been standing in the spotlight with one son, and I never once turned around to see if the other one was still there. He was. He was right there. I just wasn't looking. I put the notebook back, put the trophy back, zipped the backpack, slid it under the bed, and I never said a word to anyone. That Saturday, I signed Eli up for art classes. He fought me on it, told me he didn't want to go. I drove him anyway, every week. 3rd week, he stopped complaining. 5th week, he came home and showed me a charcoal drawing of our dog. It was actually good. His art teacher called me a month later. She said, "Your son has a gift." I don't say that to every parent. 4 months after that, Eli entered a regional art competition. He won 1st place. Came home holding a trophy with both hands like it was the most important thing he'd ever touched. I put it on that shelf, right next to the empty space where Marcus's used to be. 2 days later, Marcus's track trophy quietly reappeared on the shelf. No one said a word. No one asked. No one explained. Eli is 12 now. Fills sketchbooks faster than I can buy them. His art teacher says he's the most naturally talented student she's had in 15 years. Last month, Marcus showed Eli's drawings to his friends. Eli's face lit up like he couldn't believe his brother was proud of him. He doesn't know I came home early that Tuesday. He doesn't know I stood in the hallway. He doesn't know I found that notebook. He doesn't know I read 63 pages of a 9-year-old begging the universe to let him matter. And he will never know. Because some secrets a father keeps aren't burdens. They're proof he was paying attention.